You need a ratchet screwdriver. And the reason why we bought one is because here recently we were removing a body panel and the smallest screwdriver we had was a stubby, and this was way too big. And a stubby is typically the smallest screwdriver that you could usually use. And if you look at your regular screwdrivers you have here, another standard size, another right here, and you're trying to get into a tight space, way too big. But unfortunately, the stubby could not get into the space that we needed. And I remembered that a ratchet screwdriver could be your best friend. So what did I do? In normal driver's therapy fashion, I ordered every single one on Amazon, literally like we just ordered them all.
Add to cart, add to cart, add to cart.
And the interesting thing about Amazon is that after a while, when you're browsing, you'll notice that most of the items are typically the same, but they're just rebranded. And in this situation, we pretty much have three types that you could buy. So first off, the ones that Amazon offer you is going to be these two right here. When you actually look at them, they're pretty much identical. Like literally, they're just different colors, which is funny. So this is like $10, $15. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if you were on a pinch and you wanted to just spend $10, this is not a bad way to go. But I decided to get the most expensive one, which is this carbine one, which is $34, so almost 3 times the amount of the cheapest one. Now, when it comes to the expensive one, it's actually like a dual setup. If you look at this one, we have a ratchet, pretty much like your traditional ratchet, and then you flip it over and then it kind of turns into your, your ratchet screwdriver, which you could use any of these accessories with. When you're looking at your traditional one, which pretty much all the ones in Amazon are going to mimic, and if you look at these, like I said, they're very similar. The setup is going to be pretty straightforward, very, very straightforward. You have your accessory, you're going to put it in there, a little tight, and then you could use it for what you need to use it, and then you could flip the switch right here, this little switch right here, and you could go either direction. So first off, any of these kits are going to come with these adapters right here. They usually have some sockets and some Phillips and some flatheads. And I could tell you that the expensive one, they seem like they're just a little bit of a better quality. Now, if you dealt with cheap tools, you will always know that they typically work, but they're not going to be smooth action. And what I mean by that is when you put this in here, pulling it out is a little bit of trouble. Putting it back in is a little tight, but it's gonna work. When it comes to more expensive ones like this one, things are just a little bit more smoother. The action's better. When you're taking an accessory in and out, it's just smooth. It just seems like the tolerances were built a little bit better. Now, typically, you're gonna be purchasing this tool because you need to get into a tight space. The stubby, as you can see here, it is very wide compared to a ratcheting screwdriver. So this gives you a lot more access. But within these, there's a lot of difference. I can tell you that the Klein one, this right here alone, when you're trying to get into a tight space, to me is not going to be very functional. So I'll be honest with you, having a slimmer design is going to be better. So this one definitely wasn't one that I was going to keep. And not only that, you don't get a lot of accessories. You just get a few right here compared to even the $10 one. You get a lot more stuff. So when we compare the real standard popular one on Amazon versus the most expensive one, when it comes to clearance, there definitely is a difference. And where the difference comes is where you do get a ratcheting setup, a dual setup right here. This is going to impede some of your clearance. Whenever we have the same accessories, when we do our measure, because of that ratcheting effect, we're pretty much 1.5 inches compared to the cheaper one, pretty much 1 inch. So almost 50% difference as far as clearance goes. And so it's really hard not to say that this standard one is the win-win overall. So if you are looking for a fancy one that has a lot of high quality bits and it feels like it's really well built and you have a dual access, definitely this is a nice one. And I'm going to put the link in the description for this one as well, because I think it's really cool to have both of them. But if you really just need a ratcheting wrench and you need to get the job done, this will do it. So this is by this Tiger thing. Again, I love Amazon names. It's Puccini, I don't know. But anyways, As you can see, he's holding one of these. I'm gonna put the link in the description for this one, and I guarantee you that this is gonna help you along the road. This is a must-have, and definitely a good win. So both of these will be in the description. We appreciate you guys watching. You take care, and we'll talk to you soon.